What is going on, guys? It is Parker here. Now, this is not going to be audio video, so if you just want to see my audio videos, you know, feel free to click out of this. But I'm going to be going over everything that you need to know if you're going to 6-speed swap a Subaru, and this is specifically with a JDM V7 6-speed swap going into a 2002 WRX. Anyway, I'm going to go over everything that I can think of. There aren't a ton of great videos on this, so yeah. Anyway, again, not an audio video. This is just to help people out who are wanting to do this too. I do have some Subaru subscribers on here, so yeah. Anyway, stay tuned for that. Alright guys, so first off, I am doing this myself with the help of friends, and it is on gravel. So if anybody tells you you cannot 6-speed swap your car on the gravel, you most certainly can. Anyway, I'm just going to be going over everything that y'all need to know to swap one of these in. Now again, this is a 2002 WRX, and I got a V7 6-speed swap, so it is non-DCCD, and it still has the 5x100 hubs, just so y'all know. Anyway, I figured that would be the easiest and best option to do since I don't really care about DCCD. Alright, well, let's start from the back.
So I am still missing the drive shaft. They sent me the wrong drive shaft, so I ordered a DSS carbon fiber drive shaft, but that has not come in yet. But we'll start from the back. So the kit I got came with the full rear subframe, which was good. Mine was starting to rust a little bit. Fortunately, none of the bolts were rusty, but the subframe was starting to rust. So this one came in, I sanded down any rust that was on it and painted it down. But again, you don't need that, but it was cool it came with it. But this is the R180 diff. It's a good deal bigger and heavier than the R160 diff that was in here. But it bolts right up. There's basically those 4 bolts right there, and these 2 back here. Now when you take it out, you want to try to get the whole bolt out, not just the nut. It'll make your life a whole lot easier. But anyway, yeah, so you got to get that in, and then you got to get axles. Now on the WRX, the rear axles are 26 spline, or 24 spline, I believe, whereas on the STI, they have 28 spline axles. So that means you either got to get new hubs, you got to get the 28 spline hubs, or you got to go with some sort of special, you know, adapter kit. There are some companies that make axles that'll go from the 28 to the 24 or 6 or whatever it is for the back. So yeah, but again, I decided to opt for the full swap. So you get the rear diff, you get the axles. The axles just slide right into the trans there, and then they slide right into this hub. And this is, again, the STI rear hub and knuckle and everything. Everything bolts right up just like it would on the stock WRX. Everything bolts right up. This allows you do have to go with, you know, of course, bigger brakes and calipers, the Brembo calipers. I do believe the 2-pot upgraded WRX brakes would work too, but anyway. And then you have to run the new parking brake. Now that runs along through there and up into there. This was one of the biggest pains. You then got to pull up your center console, and they connect to the back of here. It's the exact same length, everything hooks up, but you got to pull up a bunch of your rear carpet to get to hook it up, because it runs under the carpet, and it's definitely was one of the, kind of funny, but one of the bigger pains of the whole process. So yeah, you get that in, that all bolts up. Again, then the axles just run right into there. It's about everything for the back. Everything else should hook up. Now I went with aftermarket rear sway bar and lateral links and trailer arms. Totally did not have to do this. The stock ones will bolt up, but I had a friend selling all this for a really good deal, so I picked it up. Again, might as well have as much new stuff as I can. Pair and sway bar. We got white line rear in links. Buddy had them. They were used. So yeah, that's really all you gotta know about the back. Pretty simple. So then we're gonna move up to the front. So, of course, we have the transmission. Now, as everybody knows, this transmission is a whole lot bigger than the 5-speed. It still bolts up, but it's just a lot bigger and heavier, so it's harder to get in. But bolts right up to the motor. And then, let's see if you can see it back there. I got a lot going on here. It is a pull type clutch, so I was able to use the WRX slave cylinder that it came with and lines and everything, so I don't have to re-bleed my brakes. The starter would hook right up, but I just used the starter it came with because it was in a little better shape. And then I used the WRX flywheel and clutch just because I had just bought that at the end of last summer, and it only has a few thousand miles on it, and it holds all the power that this can take at the moment just fine. If I go to more power, I may have to upgrade it to an STI one. But again, the WRX clutch does bolt right up. Just make sure when you're doing this, you know if you have a pull type or a push type. All STIs have a pull type clutch, but certain WRXs, I think 06 and up, have the push type clutches, so you will have to look into changing that. But anyway, look, to make sure. But yeah, that bolted up. All the wires bolted up. Basically, you have this one connection right here on the WRX. This ran to the back, but all three hooked right up. I think this one is the O2 sensor. I don't remember. I think this one is like tells you what gear you're in and whatnot, and I'm not really sure what that one does. But anyway, point being, all three connections hooked right up, going from the 2002 WRX to the V7 STI. Now, if it doesn't hook up in your model, there are some companies out there. I believe iWire is one of them. I think that's right. I could be wrong, but they make adapter kits, so you can hook it up. Okay, so transmission bolted right up, no problem. So now for the front assembly. Now the kit I got came with, well, first off, you do get, of course, axles, and now they're still 28 spline, so they will go right into your stock hub, but they're a lot thicker axles. They're a whole lot beefier than the stock WRX axles, but again, they pretty much, at least in this version, they have a female end in the back and a male end in the front, so they bolt right up. I guess you could technically probably use the WRX axles if you wanted to, but again, it's really incredible how much thicker these things are. I actually used the stock WRX hub because the hub they sent me was pretty rusty for whatever reason, whereas mine is still really clean. But you can see the shielding doesn't quite go high enough up, but that's totally fine. I already previously had to bend it for, I had the bigger Subaru brakes on here anyway. It's pretty rusty because I hadn't driven it, but we still have the stock Brembo brakes, so that's pretty cool. And then yeah, you just hook up the calipers. I got stainless steel braided lines for the front because mine were a little worn out, but you don't have to do that. And then the kit I got also came with aluminum control arms, so I painted those red and put those in, but you could use the stock ones, of course. And then your end links and all your steering links, whatever that one's called and whatnot, again, all that bolts right up. It would if I used the STI hub or the WRX hub. It does not really matter. And then under here, the whole shifter assembly. So you got to get the STI lower bushings, those red bushings, if you want to upgrade the bushings. Stock ones are super soft. But I think pretty much, I don't remember. I know definitely the 02 to 07 STI bushings worked for that. But then for the shifter linkage, which is up there in the middle, kind of hard to see, you have to actually get special JDM V7 bushings for that. There's 4 of them. I ordered the 0405 STI ones, and they did not fit. They were too big, so I had to go to, I forget the name of the website, but I had to go to a special website to get the actual bushings that would fit. But once I got them, they came in, and everything fit pretty easily. Now, I would suggest hooking this up before you put it in the car. It's really hard to get the bolt in for that upper bushing. And then the rear bushing right there, that one, same one I had on the WRX, it hooked right up. It is, of course, an aftermarket one. That's a Torque Solutions one. That, I believe, is a Perrin one. So, yeah, all that hooked right up.
And then we have the shifter itself. That's a big mess in here because, again, I've been working on this. Shifter came right up. The little gasket and everything lined right back up the way the old one did. I had to cut my boot a little wider to make it fit over here. Now, if you get an STI one, it actually has a little tab that pops off, so you can slide it over and then tap and then clip it shut. I just have a zip tie on there at the moment. I might order one of the JDM STI shift boots and the whole little console, but for now this works. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun having that 6-speed. Upgrading those bushings really helped. It is super, just goes right into each gear. Oh, that's gonna be so cool. Just pops right in. So yeah. Oh guys, I am super excited, but clutch, again, still the exact same. And I tested the clutch works. Really everything works and is ready to go. I'm just waiting on the drive shaft to show up. As soon as that shows up, I'll get that in. And then y'all leave comments if there's any other questions you have. I'm sure I missed some stuff. Well, that's really it, guys. I'm sure I missed some stuff. I'm just waiting on, again, the new drive shaft to come in at the moment. So as soon as that comes in, I will hook that up. Oh, here, let me show you the drive shaft stuff really quick. So, as I'm sure most of you know this, but the 5-speed drive shaft is longer than the 6-speed drive shaft. And you wouldn't know that they sent me a 5-speed drive shaft. So it wouldn't fit. I went to go put it in and it just did not line up. So definitely bummed about that. I should have checked that when it first came in, but I didn't really think about it. Just assumed they would send me the right one. So definitely check that. I could try to, I messaged them to see if we could work something out, but they never got back to me. I bought this from MD JDM, so definitely not stoked on that. They, you know, should have done their job to hit me back up and send me out a new drive shaft. But I could go through eBay and, you know, open up a case, but then to get my money back, I'd have to ship the whole kit back to get refunded, so that wouldn't be worth my time. So again, I just went ahead and ordered a carbon fiber drive shaft because that'll be useful for down the road when I'm pushing a lot more power. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, guys, that's, again, should be everything that you need to know. I'm sure I missed some stuff, so please leave a comment. I'm going to make an update video once I get it running. I'll show it driving, and then I'll go over anything else that I would have missed. So yeah, definitely leave a comment below. Oh yeah, to get the transmission in, really I just had plywood slid up under here. Then I had one jack in the front picking it up and 2 buddies picking up the back. If you could have 2 jacks under it, one in the front and one in the back, that would make your life a whole lot easier, but would not have 2 jacks. So yeah. Anyway, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. A lot more audio videos coming soon, and hopefully we'll get this on the road soon as my drive shaft comes in, and I'll make an update video of that as well. Anyway, guys, thank y'all again so much. Have a wonderful day.